Hi, recording.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for coming to another Instagram, YouTube, School Live. Come to Poppy. Anyway, just joking. I
All right, I'm gonna
appreciate you guys. I'm leaving. Thank you guys for coming. If you guys are watching this on any of those three platforms, I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because we put bell notifications on for videos like this every single day. You don't want to miss them. On top of that, if you basically want to generate your first online business that makes literally six figures in less than a year, you can click the first link in the description, or on Instagram, you can basically, type start or click the link in bio to schedule a call. Otherwise, today, we're going to be starting to talk about the four natures of business as of today for online business.
Yes, indeed. The four natures of business, the four elements of the Avatar state. So basically,
long ago, when the Fire Nation attacked, the Sass Nation attacked,
when you were broke, you had four decisions.
You had four nations.
I'm done. But yeah, guys. So basically, let's talk about the four pillars of four different types of business you can start. Right. So what people got to realize before I get into it is like business. A lot of times you're gonna go through struggles in your business, and you're gonna think it's gonna be so emotionally stressful. You're gonna think that, oh my gosh, it's all falling apart. This is not gonna work, and the business has a problem. That's what you're gonna think.
Yes.
At its core, that's not true. Really, what you gotta understand is a lot of these problems you have are just natures of the business you chose. That's what it comes down to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys on Miro the four different types of business graphs and structures, how they actually pertain to the different types of business problems, and how you guys can fix those. So before we get into that, if you guys want to see the Miro, click that link above or comment start below, because we do this for our school members all the time. So let's hop in, right? So let me share my screen. Let me show you guys what Miro looks like. My boy Pedro, let me know when you can see that beautiful screen.
I just don't see it. Now I'm waiting. Hurry up! No, I'm playing.
Beautiful.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
We good?
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. So let's open up. So usually when starting online businesses, there's different types, but there's four basic buckets you can really focus on as the main ones. So the first one you can do is, everyone knows, e-com, which is basically kind of like drop shipping, right? Selling products online, right? Now let me actually move this over. Let me move this over here. Let's forget about that. Basically, yeah. So we have this graph here. Now this graph specifically, it goes like this, right? Like a stepping stone. Now this completely encapsulates the business of e-com. The reason why is because there's certain constraints and problems that e-com always has that hold it back. So what's going to happen is you're going to have inventory, right? You can have inventory here. Then what's going to happen is you're going to sell out all your inventory really fast. Then you're going to hit a roadblock because you need more inventory. So there's going to be a big jump and a stop. Big jump and a stop. That's what it usually happens at e-com. So e-com, a lot of times, you're going to be very, very, let's say, seasonal, where you're going to have a lot of money coming in, and all of a sudden, no money comes in. A lot of money comes in. That's how it works. So that's a big thing with e-com. Now, a lot of people see like their issues with 3PLs, their issues with actual delivering the product. They have a lot of these issues, and they think that's falling apart. No, that's just the name of the business, right? That's how it works. I'm going to draw the other three graphs to make you understand how this works. So
make them in a square, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way they're close to each other.
So I'll do that right there. I'm actually going to change the color because, like, why not? I'll make this right here. Actually, no, I'm not going to change the color. So this is one business here. This is one business here. And this is one business here, right? I'm going to actually make this. I'm going to erase this. And I'll make this e-com. Give me 1 second here. So
highlighter.
Beautiful, beautiful. So right here is e-com.
E-com.
Boom. So my question, our boy Pedro, was, what do you think this one is?
I think it's SaaS.
Wrong.
I'm wrong? Wait.
Yes.
No.
This is not SaaS. This graph is a different type of business.
No, because exponential is coaching or via parabola. No. Well, no. We literally just said it. It's like straight line is agency, right?
Yeah, straight line's agency.
Yeah, and then exponential is oh, I guess that would be the flip. So then that would be SaaS and then
yes. So right here, this little parabola that tapers off here.
Parabola. That's the word that I was looking for.
Yes.
Parabola.
It's info, right? So basically, you can kind of explain a little more about how info works, kind of
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes down.
I was like,
Exactly.
what are we talking about right now? I look stupid right now. Anyway, essentially an info business is roughly selling any proprietary information at a cost, right? Usually in a tiered situation or usually via an offer, one singular offer. And more so than anything else, you
Mhm.
can see a lot of people do this like on a consistent basis. And like literally, like Alex Ramosi has like freaking low ticket products with the books. Like some people have courses, some people have like roughly a course and an offer all together done for you. Usually divided up to do it yourself, done with you, done for you, essentially.
Mhm.
And
Exactly.
it's either a combination of the three or two or any greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. But the main
Mhm.
constraint, more so than anything else, is that there's a market cap for this at some point.
Mhm.
Usually it's roughly eight figures, more so than anything else. If people have the audacity or the willingness or even just the wheelhouse in order to make that happen. People like Joel Kaplan is a very good example. William Brown's also a really great example. Charlie Morgan is a really great example. And more so than anything else, that's not necessarily something that's going to take you to the moon. It's more so the usage of proprietary information to take you to a lifestyle business. And this is where
Mhm.
people get this misconstrued. They think like, oh, like I can make a coaching business. Da, da, da. They make their first 10K and they're like, oh my god, we can scale this to 50K. It's like, how are we gonna get there? And then all of a sudden they're just like, basically ish out of luck. And what people don't realize is that the reason why it curves like this, right, is because there's a lot of service delivery up front in the sense of like as more students you get through the door, depending on what your situation is, the harder it is to help them scale. Because more so than anything else, as you can see at the bottom, is that a lot of people will come into your product or your service or whatever it is and like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, this is amazing, oh my gosh, and then like 3 to 6 months out, you deal with the biggest problem that most coaches, just like us, we deal on a consistent basis, which is what? Churn. 5 letter word that everybody hates. So more so than anything else, it's like there's only a certain point at which the people are achieving this at a really high level, but more so that high level is literally eight figures. So how people mediate that is that that's not their end goal. Like more so than anything else, they set a certain market cap for where they want to go, and then they use that for their lifestyle. So that because it's literally short service delivery, more in the sense of like it's actually sustainable because of the fact it's like you hop on a call, you tell people how they're stupid, and then you just move on. And people make their own decisions whether they make the choice or not. So however, but you can't literally charge on a consistent basis to people hundreds of thousands of dollars unless you're like Tony Robbins. You know what I'm saying? So not
Mhm.
a lot of people can do that. Only like very high upper echelon people. Alex Ramosi can do that. You
Yeah.
know, Brandon Carter can do that. You know, who else? Grant Cardone can do that.
Mhm.
These people, there's levels to everything. But more so than anything else, those people aren't even doing coaching offers because of the fact that they realize that their end game is something else. It's usually software
Yeah.
or something else in between. So if
Exactly.
you're ever thinking about getting into an info business, just understand that at the beginning, the service delivery is very low. But once you start to hire and literally develop a team and your prices go up, the service delivery goes up, which is why you plateau. But
Mhm.
it's a really
Yeah, but
great
really,
lifestyle business structure, is what I'm
yeah,
trying to say.
exactly, right? Like the info business, this is what gonna take you to. It could take you to eight figures, probably 10, 12, even 20 million a year. Very hard to get to nine figures.
Yeah,
Mind
very
you,
hard.
think about Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has been in the game for damn near 30 years. He's not even a billionaire yet.
No.
And he has probably the biggest info business ever. Like
Yeah,
like
like
legit.
with Dean
So
Graziosi too. Now that they partnered together, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. So at that point, it's like, this is a great business to hit 10, 20 million. And I think at that point, you should reinvest into something else, right? If you want to get
Agreed.
to a higher level, the big thing is, like you said, revenue retention. Once people learn something, that's it. Okay, cool. Why should I stay? That's why it's really important to have
It's
a
churn.
software backend. Yeah, that's why it's really important to have some sort of backend to make sure you're good. But at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen, right?
Yes, sir.
So now that we're on info, let's talk about the next one, which is dun dun dun
Dun dun dun
SaaS.
dun dun dun.
Everyone's favorite business. And the thing is, though, you gotta understand, SaaS is probably the greatest business model ever because it's sticky, super sticky, especially B2B SaaS, and it's recurring, right? The best way to make sure that you get rich is to keep charging people, right? If you keep charging people, you'll pretty much be rich forever. So SaaS is very good. Now, the only problem with SaaS is that it's very hard to kind of make a good SaaS. Very hard to make a good software. Like legit, you have to spend hundreds of thousands. I'm sure you guys know Jordan Welch. Jordan Welch is an amazing entrepreneur, very young. He was saying that literally when he was starting his SaaS, he was losing 100 grand a month.
Wow.
He was spending 100 grand a month spending
I didn't know.
on building this.
You know
It
what's
is
good about
very
you know what's cool about Jordan Welch? He has a channel about reading the Bible.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
I saw
literally
a
saw
channel
that
too.
recently. Side tangent.
Very
Continue.
yes, indeed. But yeah, so basically, SaaS is very good if you have a good product. This is why I say go high level SaaS might be one of the best business to start because the SaaS is already there. You just sell it to other local businesses. That's a great option. But at the end of the day, if you want to become a billionaire, really, I think SaaS is your place. So many people in the
Right.
space, you see everyone. Iman Gadzhi has his own SaaS. Alex Becker switched to SaaS. Alex Hermosi has SaaS with school. Sam Becker has SaaS with school, and they're all going to this because it's something that's much more gargantuan upside. Go ahead.
I was raising my hands to say something, and what a lot of people don't understand is that you don't have to create the SaaS yourself. You can be an investor and literally buy
Mhm.
out the SaaS yourself. Really great example, Iman Gadzhi with WAP, right?
Mhm.
Payment processor, or Alex Hermosi with school, right? He became the
Mhm.
biggest investor and then he became co-founder because of the fact that he
Mhm.
was the largest investor, right?
Yeah.
What else? Go high level. I don't even know who those cats are. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
literally at any point, you don't have to create it yourself. You just have to be a person with the most amount of flexible or liquid capital in order to actually invest in something that you genuinely believe in to solve a problem that you also genuinely want to solve. And that's
Mhm.
great. I think it's amazing because people think that they have to like get into SaaS, like I have to be an engineer and this, that, and the third. Is like no, more often than not, people don't usually start here. They usually end there. You know what I'm saying? That's their end
Mhm.
game. But more so than anything else, is like just take that into consideration if that's something that you actually want to do, and you can literally just find somebody to make something for you, have them become a founder, you invest in it with your own capital, and then you scale that ish to the moon.
Mhm. It's very true. It's very true. Yes, indeed. I love that. I love that. So
Yeah.
yeah, SaaS is great. Now let's talk about the final one, which is drumroll please, what everybody wants to learn to build here. The agency. Yes,
Ah,
agency.
yes. Oh,
My
yes.
writing.
I would say the best nature of business or business structure to get out of the hood.
Yeah.
By far the best company style business structure
Mhm.
to get out of the hood. Reason being is
Mhm.
first and foremost, it's very easy to start, it's very easy to grow, and it's very easy to stick with it, right? Because of the fact that you're always solving a problem that is consistently apparent. For
Yeah.
example, for me, I literally started a short form organic content agency and I scaled that ish to six figures in less than 8 months.
Mhm.
I made my first $4,000 online in the first 3.5 months.
Mhm.
So literally, that's stupid fast. People, even with
Mhm.
agencies, take a year and a half to get to six figures, and I did it in
Mhm.
half the time, and Zach did it in a year. So we both
Mhm.
did it stupid fast. So the thing is that you just have to really understand the gripes of more so the agency model, more so than anything else. People don't stay in agency models because of the fact that it's hard, right? I will say that as far as service delivery, this is the business that will take the most amount of service delivery out of everything in the sense of
Yeah.
acquiring clients, service delivery via the service that you actually provide, depending on what that is, whether it be a web design or a short form organic content agency or an AI automation agency or whatever it is, or even a creative agency. It doesn't matter, even though they should be social media marketing agencies anyway. But anyway, that's
Mhm.
a different point. But the point is, your service delivery across the board is always going to be your main constraint. It's always going to be your major obstacle because you're either going to
Mhm.
hire, you're going to do all the work yourself, or you're going to waste a lot of money. And how do
Mhm.
I know this? Because I went exactly through this, my friend, and I'm sure Zach went through it as well. So the point is, that's the main gripe. Service delivery is always going to be your main crutch, right? However, there are people who have scaled this to nine figures. And you're asking, like, what? How is that even possible if service delivery is super important? Yes, but you have to take into consideration their cash flow is not necessarily as big, right? Usual cash
Mhm.
flow for an agency on average, like you can even look this up, the industry average is roughly from 30 to 40%. What we did,
Mm.
what Zach and I did, was roughly at 60 to 70%. And if you don't believe me, you can ask us for our transactions. We can show it to you. But the main point is that there there is such an amazing way to get to 9 figures. If you stick with this business for 10 years, literally a decade, and you know what you're doing and you're not an imbecile, you're going to get to 8 or 9 figures, I promise you. Because the companies that you're going to be working with along the way get bigger as you grow. Luckily, in my space, like in my sense with social media, I managed to work with people who already could afford like $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 off of a whim, and they were just like, okay, so you're going to take care of my social media. Same thing with Zach and literally doing web design, even if it was at just roughly at 397 or 497 or however much he was charging. But the main point is that you can do this consistently over time because it's sticky, not necessarily with your client, but sticky to you. Does that make sense? So like all these businesses, as you noticed, they're sticky to the other person as far as transaction flow. Agencies are very sticky to the person who owns them. Not because they don't want to get rid of them, not because they hate their business or anything like that, but because they're so easy to grow, they're so easy to just manipulate as far as like what we need to do and how to get to the goals specifically, and as the goalpost moves, and how to get more clients that are more susceptible or more, I guess, applicable or adaptable, or how should I say this, that are more fun to work with, if that makes sense. Because you can literally start today and work with a realtor, and then 10 years from now you could be working with a company like Coca-Cola and have no issue, because they'll always need your help. They'll always need your
Mhm.
help, and there's always a need for marketing in every single business alive. So therefore, that's why this little look, I mean, it's more so like a y equals mx plus b. The graph is like this, and it'll always be like that for the end of time. Ever since the internet, it's always going to be like this. It's not going away. So it's the best business to get out of the hood.
I agree, 100%. It's one of the great. It's one of the best businesses to start as well. The only problem is you can see here it's just straight line, but the big thing is as you grow, margins are going to get razor thin because you're going to have to hire more.
Mm-hmm.
Margins are going to be very thin. The thing is with info, margins are crazy high. There's no reason, like people are running info products with like a 95% in profit margin. It's disgusting. But here with agencies, it's way easier to scale, but you're going to make less money. So it just there's always like this dance where it's like, okay, this business has this problem, but it has this solution, this vice versa, and all these things. Now, you can start off with any business you want. You can make millions of dollars or a million a year
Yes.
with any business you want. Doesn't really matter which one you choose here. But
So
at the end of the yes,
go,
go
go
ahead.
no, I was gonna say, so speed round being Angel's advocate is in different situations. How about this? So number one,
Mm,
I am a young person, an 18-year-old. I don't want to go to college, and I want to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible.
mm.
Zachary, my son? What should I start? Which business, out of which nature of business should I start?
If you're just starting college,
Yes, I'm just starting college. I don't want to go to college at all. My parents tell me to go to college,
agency,
and I'm like, I just,
agency, agency.
okay. Why?
Because you're selling your skills and your services. That is something that is one, has zero overhead. Number two, you're going to sell to people who already have money. You're selling
Yes.
to local businesses. You're selling to people who can afford your services. When you do info, and I don't think you should do info because you probably don't have any skills yet. You probably don't know what you're doing. So consulting will be very hard if you had never achieved anything. But here with an agency, it's very simple. You just learn a skill. You can learn Facebook ads like in a week. Scratch that in an hour. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
Learn Facebook
literally.
ads. Learn building businesses. It's never been easier to build a business, and it's never been easier, bro. It's never
Yes.
been easier. You have
Agreed.
software you can buy. You have things you could buy. You have things you could
Mhm.
sell someone else's product. Like it's so simple and easy to actually go start an agency.
That's true.
Really, really, just I'd say an agency is the play. Agency 100% the play.
Okay, second round, second round. So what if somebody that started a business, doesn't matter what business, is not an online business, but they're like, dang, bro, like I have this car mechanic business and it's annoying, profit margin like 20 to 30%. Like I want to go do something else. I make money, I do this, that, and the third, but I want to make more with the skills that I have. What business should I start? Zachary?
If they have a car mechanic business,
Yeah, like any service-based business. Like they're like, I want to get out of this. I want to go to a new niche and I want to start something new. But specifically an online business. Which one should I start?
well, if you already let's say if you're already running a service based business, you could probably run an info business. Because the thing
Yeah.
is, though, you already have the skills of building something great. Like, especially with info, like info's freaking disgusting, bro. People are
Yeah, it
selling
really
like info
is.
in niches. There's this guy who has a land flipping business. Not a lot of people even
Land
know what land
flipping
flipping
business is crazy. It's real estate.
land.
Real estate.
Yeah, real estate, but land flipping, not even like house flipping. This
Yeah,
guy makes like 30K a month teaching people how to flip land.
literally.
You know
I
how many
believe
people want
it.
to learn how to flip? It's crazy.
I
There's a
believe it.
guy who makes 100K a month learning teaching people how to do a backflip. Like, do you guys understand like how like I'm not that's not a joke by the way. Like
It's
if
not
you
a
have
joke.
any sort of skill. This is why I say, like, honestly, if you're in a situation where you have a skill, I
I feel it.
would rather go to the coaching than the agency. I'd
Okay.
rather go to the coaching agency. Straight
Speed
up.
round. Speed round. Third one. If I was,
Mhm.
let's say, I want to develop a personal brand, I want to build something that lasts, something that will stay for the test of time. I want to be working with a bunch of different companies in the future, this, that, and the third, and influencers and people that I can sell my stuff to. What should I do? What should I do? And I want to make a lot of money. So what should I do?
You want to work with a bunch of influencers.
Yes.
You want to build a personal brand.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I'd still go with info.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. I was gonna thought you were gonna say e-com. You know what I'm saying? E-com's good.
Nah,
E-com's good too.
e-com is good, but like you don't really need a personal brand for e-com unless you're like Kylie Jenner. But like you
Dude,
don't really
like
need.
e-com and personal branding, like if you were working with influencers, I guess, in the sense of like if you're working with multiple influencers and they're basically using your stuff, and then on top of that, you're the face of your company, plus because you're a founder-based company, like oh my gosh, like they do so well. Like Haas,
Oh
Haas is
yeah,
killing it right now, brother. Like Haas is killing,
Haas.
and they're just tank
What's that?
tops. They're active leisure wear. Like it's like tank tops, 5-inch shorts, like think like Monaco or like Cancun, you know what I'm saying? It's so
Mhm.
dumb. It's so dumb. But they literally pay $45 for a freaking tank top, bro. Like that's ridiculous.
That's
Ridiculous.
wild.
Valentina, if you're still here, if you have a question, please ask. Because I see you in the comments. But otherwise, we're talking about specifically the natures of 4 different businesses: ecom, info, SaaS, and agencies. Um,
Mhm.
but what was I saying? Oh yes, another one. Now let's say for example I have some computer skills and I'm trying to learn something or basically build something or essentially build a business where I don't have to do a lot of work, but I can literally spend my rest of my life doing it. This is a hard one.
I mean, you could like computer skills. You could do anything. I mean, I want to say SaaS, but
Mm.
at the same time, SaaS is very, very, very hard.
that's
It's
that's
the
what I
hardest.
said.
Yeah, it's the hardest business here. I would
Yeah.
say if you have like a couple 100K to spend, start a SaaS. If not, start an agency. Maybe sell websites and then
Yeah.
save some money and go start a SaaS.
If I were that dude, I would do the agency first, go to the info
Mhm.
business, develop that, X the agency model, take the money from the agency model, and then start a SaaS with the info business still running.
You know that's literally everyone's like move.
Yes,
Everyone on the internet, that's literally what they do. Sam Ovens,
absolutely.
agency, consulting,
Yep.
SaaS,
Yep.
Harmova,
Yep.
Jim Block,
Yep.
the
Yep.
agent, like that's
Oh, I
literally
believe
the
it.
move.
I believe it, dude. Deep
That's
Pack,
crazy.
what's going on, Red? How you doing? But yeah. Okay, cool. Do you have any questions for me that I can answer as far as anything else?
Let me see. I mean, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I think we went through everything pretty much.
I don't know everything. I think the steps are pretty clear. I think understanding the pros and cons is very important. I
Yes.
think uh I think well, if you guys are beginners, of course, which most of you are, I mean, start that agency. You know what I'm
Okay. Anyway, we're
saying?
gonna never use you for the outro. Red, we're gonna annex Zach, yo. We're gonna tell him to never do outros for anything.
Doing
Anyway,
outros.
I'm dead. Well, we're good. Thank you for asking. But anyway, thank you for everybody for coming. I appreciate you. If you're watching this on Instagram, if you want to basically start your own coaching business or online business overall, just click the link in the description or comment start somewhere, either DM us or whatever. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and turn your bell notifications on because we put videos out like this every single day and you don't want to miss them. Thank you so much for everybody for coming, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Yes, indeed. Take care.